Alright guys, 15 plus negates. Your opponent is not going to be doing anything. The guy over here, he's playing the Battle Wasp, probably a little bit imbalanced here in terms of tiers. But basically, what you want to do is happen to have Rescue Ferret. You can Sorry Yugioh into it, but that's like the most important card for this combo to work. Is to go for a Sorry Yugioh, then go for a Ferret. Going for the Cube. Synchro Fusionist for Brilliant Fusion, and then, of course, going for the Jet Synchron over here. And then we're going to go ahead and make the Gem Knight over here, just because, well, it does happen to send the important card to the graveyard, which, of course, is the Elemental Grace Doriado, which is going to give you, like, so many negates. You can actually technically get this more. If you play in the OCG with Needle Fiber, like, technically legal with Grass, like, you could easily negate, like, 20 plus negates, but it doesn't matter. It's more than necessary. And also Apollosa over here, it's gonna have a bunch of negates as well, utilizing, of course, the monstrosity here. And then it doesn't really matter what you're making as far as like the level 9s, but like there's so much negations right here. It's just really not looking too good for a poor Battle Wasp. Okay, so here we go. Since I'm sure a lot of you guys are like, what the heck is Elemental Grace Doriado? Because when's the last time you saw this card see some play? But anyways, to summon it, you have to have 6 or more monsters with different attributes in the graveyards, which it says graveyards. And it says it gains attack and its defense equal to the number of attributes in the graveyards times 500. And then when your opponent would special summon a monster or monsters, as a quick effect, you get to banish 3 monsters from your graveyard to negate the summon. If you do, destroy that monsters. And in this instance, we have 6 negates with this card, so we can negate 6 summons with this. Also, since there was an extension of the Orcus combo here, we also have Crescendo. This is going to be our next negate, so this is 6. This is going to be 4 negates with Apollosa over here. And then we have, so this is total of 10. This is going to be 11. This is 12. This is 13. This is 14. And then we also have 15 technically with this card over here, because it's going to give us our Soul Mode activate, which is going to negate everything. So we're going to call Earth. Not that it really matters, because at this point he's summoning some stuff. He's going for Pico Filania. That card's going to get negated. He's going to go ahead and activate the Rival Swarm, but that's not going to be happening either. I mean, yeah, you can technically negate with Stardust, but then I guess Assault Mode activate wouldn't be instantly activated because you'd have to wait for it. But you guys can get the idea over here. And this is just another, like, one of the same bread and butter combos of the deck. Just trying to add consistency to it. And I'll give you guys a deck profile in case any of you guys really want to make your opponents upset. I don't even feel bad for the opponent because everybody and their nan is playing the Orcus deck. Now this guy's playing the Crusadia variant. Well, there's just like a few Crusadia cards that you can tech in to extend your combos, even with the white and black dragon. I mean, this is getting to be a very, very common deck, splashing the black and white dragons just to go, of course, go for the guard dragon engine. But again, just need really Rescue Ferret is pretty much the only card I would say you need. I mean, there's a lot of other variants to just make a soul, and then that card just leads you into basically other things here. And then, again, same combo, except for this guy's going to be like, yo, I don't want any of this. But, I mean, this is what technically makes certain decks good in this game, even though I'm not a fan of playing against these decks. But yeah, once again, here the Pre-Light is going to let us target 1 monster graveyard and add it to our hand, which is going to go ahead and be the Grace Doriado. I'm actually kind of curious to see why other people don't play this in other decks. I think that it could be technically viable in a lot of different things, but I mean, heck, you could technically tech it in Lightsworn. If you get like a charge, a solar, maybe get lucky with some of the cards, and then you go ahead and start going for link summons, and you use things as stepping stones, I think you can get 6 or more monsters with different attributes, and the effect of this card itself, it already wins games. I mean, if you have 6 negates with this, your opponent is not playing Yu-Gi-Oh, right? I mean, in this instance, the guy kind of left halfway through, but I have not seen anyone play this, and that's why I wanted to cover this card. In fact, I had plans to actually make a deck out with some of the new zombie cards, basically when your opponent would, every time they special summon, you start sending a lot of cards to the graveyard. It's a deck out deck. It will be uploaded very soon. But this just came to me, and I was like, what the heck? Elemental Grace Doriado. I don't even remember covering this card. Sometimes there's just too many Yu-Gi-Oh cards. But it does require technically Hero Kid, and in the TCG, we won't have access to specifically this card yet. And then on top of that, well, who knows if Needle Fiber will ever come out. Anyways, so here is the deck profile. Like you said, the most important card really is to go into to rescue a ferret. You technically have 6 copies of it, and you have mallet and reload for consistency over here. But anyways, onwards with the deck profile. So some of the stuff does look kind of weird. I mean, you really don't need to run every single thing. All you really need is 6 negates, and then you're winning, all right? But anyways, we got, of course, Garnet, Assault Mode, Eclipser, Pot of the Forbidden. I mean, this deck, it looks bricky, and, you know, it can happen, but these honestly help out. I mean, all of this is just Neo Space Connector, and then this, and you full combo them and just absolutely Shrek and wreck them. But one Doriado, because you're going to search it out anyways. And if you don't need to search it out, you can actually go for other things. Then we have, of course, the whole Orcus engine. And then we got 3 copies of the Connector, 3 copies of Ferret. We got the Junk Synchron, the Simple Skeleton, 3 copies of Forward, a Violent Cube. This one's really important just to add. I don't think I explained it, but it lets you add an equip spell from your deck to your hand. And then you have, of course, the Aqua Dolphin lineup over here. You could technically drop this if you want to, but I guess the whole idea is if you draw into one, you still have another one. But I feel like with the Triple Magical Mallet Reload, maybe that can help out as well. Then we have Apprentice over here. And I was actually thinking for a while before, if you technically made it like more Assault mode, you could technically get a few extra cards in the graveyard because Assault Beast can sort of shut that out. But yeah, and then Synchro Fusion is of course for your Brilliant Fusion. Then we have 3 copies of Hero Kid, the Jet Synchron, the World Chalice Guard Dragon, then Fuma over here. We got Rhoda, Bamboo Sword, Mallets. And then basically just more copies of this card. And then we have the World Legacy Monstrosity, 3 copies of Reload, 1 copy of Brilliant Fusion, Living Falls, Broken Bamboo Sword, Cursed Bamboo Sword, and the Assault Mode Activating Climax. I honestly feel like you might not need the Orcus combo. You can maybe just use it, like, instead of having that extra 1 negate, there probably could be an extension board if you wanted to, instead of going for Stardust. You might be able to actually go for something else. You could technically go into the other engine, the Rusty Bard, but the problem that I have with Rusty Bard is, like, you want a Polar Ursa, but Rusty Bard, you would have to make the monster go in an awkward spot, and that would be like another thing that just gets in the way because you can't use it as link material. However, again, it's just more unnecessary stuff, and I mean, if you're negating 15 cards, I think that should be enough. But even just like I said, you just make this, even if you don't have like the Orcus or the other follow-up. This card's actually not bad at all, and I'm kind of curious what other decks would be really good with Grace Doriado. I'm legitimately thinking I want to make an OCG build with this, and literally Grass is still in Duel Links. It's at 2. I remember in Duel Links it's at 3, and I'm just like, oh, and you have like such a small deck, you can easily build this. I mean, if this card ever came out in there, but like this card, it has so much potential, and it says attributes in the graveyard. So if I'm correct on that, if your opponent with a hand trap, you just start gaining more. Maybe throw in some Called by the Grave too to kind of get your deck to have extra consistency for hopefully not running into hand traps. But yeah, I just thought it was a cool little cheesy thing. And again, I just haven't seen anyone talk about Grace Doriado in 2019 with a Polar Ursa. Man, like this, they are not playing Yu-Gi-Oh! But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the vid, and thank you once again to my homie Spaghetti Rolls for showing off his really cool build. It's definitely unique. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like on it. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button, turn on that bell if you want to see more crazy Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff like 15 plus negates, break the board. Yeah, I know. We can turn around stream mode, best card in game cap. But anyways, if you guys want to send any other crazy replays, feel free to do so to AzneyesReplays@gmail.com. Thanks for watching, guys, and peace.